Good morning. Good day. Good evening, good afternoon. Hello. Hello to all the goblins. All the ghouls. And everyone else. We are back. Sorry for completely disappearing off the face of the earth last week. I intended to stream, but I got really sick. So I had to take some time off. Well, off streaming anyway. Still not completely back on track, but it's gonna be completely fine, I bet. Morning. Was it terminal? Luckily not. Hello everyone. Hello, welcome. So we have this this here character, one shot, one hit, one kill, level 54 assassin. We managed to get up to, I don't even remember, but we are at like 35k max damage maybe. Why are you bothering with those bar patrons? I was a little bit early to the stream, so I just chatted up some locals. So the problem we're facing is that I need to... Well, this isn't accurate because I'm not charged, but we need to basically double our damage, which has proven to be tough. So last time we made this, resembling some sort of a plan. So we can go through them. Well, we do need levels, regardless of what else we do. So we can always grind for a few levels. L6 claw shopping. We might end up doing that, but I'm not gonna do that today. But we might farm for +3 martial arts gloves. Countess runs for mainly for upgrade materials. To upgrade to a unique, no, an elite pair of boots. But so we were talking last time, and I forgot what we said. But wasn't it like 2,000 runs or 3,000 runs expected for one Lem rune or something crazy? So we'll see. Andariel, we can farm Andariel. She has some good loot. Stone of Jordan, Spell Steel, and maybe something I'm forgetting about or haven't realized. So farming Andariel could definitely be an option. Then we just put some more notes down. Some perfect amethysts seems like a good idea. For the Spirit Forge. Oh, we found Spirit Forge, that's true. Look at possible boot options. Well, I didn't do that. Farm IK boots. But yeah, that's true. Someone pointed out that it is cheaper, rune-wise, to upgrade set boots compared to rares. So finding a pair of IK boots might be extremely good. But of course, it's hard to target farm in Diablo 2. So what we're gonna start with today, anyway, is leveling up a little bit, and maybe we'll find something amazing that will set the course for the rest of the grind. So step 1, farm some levels. That sounds good to me. Yeah, basically we need to double our damage is something I've heard several times during this challenge. Yeah, that is true, and I don't want to be a downer, but in my mind it's harder now than ever before. Not only because, you know, doubling right now means another 30k, but both our skills are maxed. And like Phoenix Strike isn't gonna add that much damage, but it might still be worth pumping soon. Venom isn't great, but it might be required at some point. Just in order to be able to one-shot enemies with Tiger Strike itself. So we have a bunch of skill points unassigned. We have some stat points unassigned, because we might need some dexterity. But if we don't end up using a claw, well, we are gonna end up using claws, right? So I should just dump some points into dexterity. Hello, hello, welcome to everyone. Did you do any progress? No, I haven't touched the character. I only logged into the character a little bit to you know, look at the situation, so I didn't go into the stream completely blind. Something that's worrying me a little bit is that I'm not sure. Well, Mind Blast, let me check. Mind Blast, this is a level 18 skill. And Mind Blast, ooh, is a level 24 skill. I'm actually a little bit worried that the item level, when we shop right now, will be too high. But we can worry about that later. Does Grief add to kick damage? It does not, unfortunately. Does stacking fire damage help in any way? Not really. You see, this Dragon Tail plus 530% fire damage, that is actually only taking your physical damage into account. Is it a redo? No, this is the same character, but we are trying to one-shot Nightmare right now, which so far is proven to be a nightmare. So we are heavily relying on not having to one-shot enemies now. You can actually... Oh, hey, Adequate. I did read some messages you posted in on YouTube chat, like before we went live, saying we can gamble Wormhide boots at level 58 with a 0.62% chance, increasing to 0.9% chance at level 60. Oh, that's rough. That's gonna be expensive. Hello, hello, hello everyone. Welcome, welcome. Finally something nice to watch while I play the RuneScape League. Oh, good luck, good luck. I watched the Settled's new video where he was playing the new RuneScape thing. Well, that is true, people. 0.9% chance to gamble is probably a lot, like gamble Wormhide boots, is probably a lot less time spent farming that gold, I mean, compared to grinding for the runes we need to upgrade a pair of boots. Though Wormhides are not nearly as good as an upgraded pair of war boots, but it is what it is. More and more I think about trying RuneScape one of these days. Yeah, it seems like, it really seems from just watching content that RuneScape would be right up my alley, but I don't know, man. It seems like the game to get stuck in forever. Much like Diablo 2, and you can only have one forever game, I think. Oh, thank you, PhD Paichiwo. Thank you, Return to Diablo, thanks to you. Oh, thank you for the super chat. Glad you found your way back to this gem. PoE2 has spoiled me, and click to move is a huge barrier. Is there a WASD movement version of this game? I think so. They did add it, but the only thing I heard about it was that it was not working very well. Speaking of Path of Exile 2, I played a lot of Path of Exile 2. Well, not a lot, but I played a bunch. I played some Path of Exile 2 while I was sick. I had a great time, and yeah, WASD movement in Path of Exile 2 with a ranged character feels absolutely amazing. It's really like playing a what are they called? Like a twin stick shooter, but you're playing an ARPG. It's great. Last time we were farming the tombs for experience, and I guess that is probably still our best bet. Should also do a gear check now that I think about it. Well, we're killing stuff. Oh, I just have to take this real quick, sorry. It was my dentist. Time to get schooled on how to brush your teeth. All right, what were we saying? Oops, I meant to go to town, but I went to another waypoint instead. At least I didn't die. Yeah, Resurrected. I've said this plenty of time on stream, but Resurrected is really a great remaster. It feels very faithful to the original, while adding some nice quality of life features and a little bit of new, maybe not new content, but new loot. Well, actually, they did add terror zones. And just to reiterate, we are now abusing the rule that we are repeating the area, so I'm not one-shotting all monsters. Because then grinding for levels would be such a grind. No pun intended. Actually, do you think we should maybe farm somewhere else? I'm not actually, or sorry, at a higher player setting. I'm not sure that I can actually handle a higher player setting. Now that I've said it. But we could, in theory, grind on, like, players 3, maybe? Like if this character goes up to level players 8, I'm gonna get one shot. No doubt about it. Lionheart for the ED and the stats. The ED on Lionheart will actually just stack on top of my already huge damage multiplier from Tiger Strike. But the stats are appealing. Though we do have in our stash a very interesting piece of armor that I should probably have some rejuves in the belt. Man, they are draining my mana quicker than I can get a kick up. So I'm not actually kicking with ghosts. Alright, here we go. Man, this game is... I can tell I haven't played Diablo 2 in a few days. I'm like getting flustered when I get overrun by monsters. Can't really figure out what I'm doing. I even forgot what I was talking about. Alright, Lionheart. It is a cool armor. Some offense, some defense. But it's not gonna be as good as the... Now I forgot what the one in our stash is called. Iron Forge? I'll show you in a bit, because I also said I would do a gear check, but I didn't. I'm getting overwhelmed by the same game I've played for years and years and years. So, Lionheart is probably not gonna be as good as... Oh, Spirit Shroud, I forgot we got that. +1 to all skills. But this one, Spirit Forge. This has 15 strength naturally. And then we'll add 2 perfect amethysts eventually. We could actually go on a detour to farm gem shrines. I kind of like that. Do some gem shrine farming. Because as you can see, I'm kind of dying. And this not only will have 35 total strength, which is more than this armor. It will also add some fire damage, which won't do much, but it will help a little bit for one-shotting with Tiger Strike, I guess. But also 67 life. That is a massive boost to this character. +6 strength grand charm. Not quite. So I said we were gonna start with farming levels, but farming levels with some more life is gonna be nice. So I think we're gonna start with grabbing perfect amethysts, actually. How do you farm gem shrines? You plant new shrines in Act 1 and wait. Yeah. You just look for them in some area. Over and over. Ideally a shrine location, because the shrine location is static between games, but what the shrine is will change. So ideally you'll find like 2-3 shrines very close to the waypoint. +3 martial arts, gamble for them, the gloves. Well, actually, I do believe that I could buy them now, which will be faster and more reliable and cheaper than gambling. I should be able to buy them in Act 2. If not now, at least in a few levels. So we only have 1 shrine close to the waypoint in the Cold Plains. I like the idea of double upgrading Saigon's boots, because then we can get elite greaves, or Myramidion greaves. But the problem is that every time you upgrade something, they get a +5 level penalty, like level requirement penalty. So if I double upgrade something, the boots are gonna have like level requirement 70 or something. So I don't think it's really feasible to double upgrade greaves, unfortunately. Because then we're gonna have to grind. Yeah, I mean, grinding to level 70 in Act 2 seems... I don't want to say impossible, because it is technically possible, but it seems very... like a very long and slow task. Which is the same reason that I can absolutely not upgrade my war boots that I already have, because those are upgraded from greaves.
I am overburdened.
Actually, I should pick up gold valuables, or valuable loot, because we do need gold. You're losing focus, you're supposed to shrine farm. Well, I need to find some good location first. Well, health shrines can't turn into gem shrines. Well, this looks all right. Maybe this one is a little bit far from the waypoint, actually. So maybe we'll just hit this one and this one over and over. We can do a quick check in the Darkwood. Well, I don't have the Darkwood. I can look in the Black Marsh. Passing by an experience shrine. I'm gonna save and exit the game very soon anyway. Yeah, one thing we haven't tried yet is how much of a difference a mercenary with the Might Aura makes. Well, this is another double shrine. Interesting. Kind of close. Let's see if we have another one. Doesn't look like it. Well, there was one over here, but that seems a little bit far away, right? Or maybe we can do a long route in the Black Marsh. Well, this is a health shrine. It's been a hot minute since we did the shrine farming, which really is the bread and butter of this challenge, right? Historically. It was Stony Field, right? And then one here. It's not a great map for shrines, but I think it's alright. Well, that seems slow, but we are not using our best gear. We're using Magic Find gear right now. Why don't you go for a spirit shield? Because I can't find a monarch right now. And unless you're a paladin, there is no other... That is the like the lowest tier of shields that can get 4 sockets. The mirror boots are not that much worse than Myrmidon. In terms of max damage, Trevor, are you sure that they have such similar max damage? I'm surprised to read that. I thought the difference was bigger. Because I could definitely go for a pair of lower boots.
I can't carry
And, you know, live with the fact that I'm gonna have to do more attempts. Interesting. Well, then I can absolutely go for mirror boots in that case, if the top damage is so similar. Thank you, Juliansky, for the super chat. Money for Pepsi, welcome back. Thank you, I appreciate it. This one's actually empty. I had a pre-stream Pepsi today. To come in, you know, fully charged. The post-stream Pepsi is the first Pepsi after the bathroom Pepsi. There's a Pepsi for every occasion. I have forgotten how brain dead shrine farming is. But yeah, if the only real difference between mirrored boots and Myrmidon greaves is the min damage, I mean that matters of course, because you want as consistent of a damage range as possible. But I mean, grinding those extra levels will take some time, and that's time that could be spent on attempts in a way. I'm trying to convince myself to to go for the easier to get boots. Is the plus damage from charms added before the percent Tiger Strike or after? Unfortunately, Philip, plus max damage from charms does not work with kicks at all. So it's simply not applied to kicks whatsoever. Plus max damage or plus mid to min damage. Some other things that are not carried over to kicks is your weapons damage, which makes sense because you don't swing with the weapon, you kick. Percentage bonus damage to demons or undead. But also very unfortunate because all the act bosses are demons after all. A double upgrade Goblin toes. I mean, that would be pretty sick. Double upgraded Goblin toes. Because that's something that wasn't on the list at the start of the stream, but something we talked a fair amount about last time is Crushing Blow. Which might unfortunately be something we have to rely on. I still haven't tested it, but I have found the sources online that Crushing Blow triggers before, like, it has priority over the damage itself. So you should, in theory, benefit a lot from Crushing Blow. Minus enemy fire resist. Yeah, I would like some minus enemy fire resist. The problem is that it's not very easy to get. Right now. In Nightmare. But yeah, reducing enemy fire resistance is a big damage gain. And we did do it via lower resist charges on a wand.
I am overburdened.
So we have utilized lowering enemy resist. But for example, if we could farm in hell, for example, grinding a Vex rune and making Flickering Flame would be extremely good for this character. Plus 3 fire skills and minus enemy fire resist. Basically exactly what this character wants. Ooh.
I am overburdened.
Hello.
I can't.
28. Hurts a little bit.
Not here.
The trash item hoarder is back again. This is the base for Flickering Flame or something. Deadly Strike and Critical Strike does also not work with kicks. How greedy one has to be to stash 28% chance cards. Well, yeah, you're right. I have much better 25 gloves. You're right. But basically, I'm wearing Arctics now just for the 40% magic find on the belt while we are farming. But yeah, 28 chance cards. At least the rares had some resistances. I still didn't do a gear check right. Well, in some ways, a gear check doesn't make much sense, because right now we are not using our best gear. We're using like Magic Find gear. So, I mean, we can try to do an attempt sometimes this stream, regardless of if we think it's even possible or not, just to see what damage. Like, once we do some kind of upgrade, whatever that is, we can do another attempt just to see how far off we are. Maybe Crescent Moon Rune Word, minus 35 to fire. I wish so much that you were right, but it is minus 35 to lightning resist.
I am overburdened.
Otherwise, those would be amazing. They're really making us work for our gem shrine. And the worst part is that we need 2. How much money would it be to gamble those wormhide boots? I don't know. My gut feel tells me that a pair of magic boots are gonna be like 20k to gamble right now. The problem is that it goes up. The more we level up, the more expensive they are getting. Ooh, circlet.
I am overburdened.
The apparitions in the tomb can drop up to now that's interesting. So I guess we're definitely going back to the tombs after I upgrade the armor. $1.8 mil, that's not too bad actually. I think, well, I have no idea how much gold I am at right now, because we keep gambling our gold away as soon as it reaches respectable levels, but we have been at like 1 million gold several times on this character. Because she does a lot of farming, but doesn't spend all that much on anything like repairs. Warstaff was gold, are you sure? Wasn't it just yellow? Oh, you mean it was worth gold? That's true. Well. And here I am running around with a pair of yellow antlers in my stash that I've carried with me for like 15 runs. We're not looking for skill shrines, we're looking for gem shrines, which unfortunately is one of the most rare shrines.
Good day.
Right, yeah, I should... that was an easy 60k, so I should do a better job of picking that up. So right now we have all of the... Well, the personal tab, of course, but these 2 stash tabs also belong to this character. So right now we have like 700k, 69, 4027. But you know, once we start farming, as long as I remember to pick up valuable items to sell, it builds up quickly. Decently quickly anyway. I'm just here for the struggle. Well, I'm glad to hear so. I'm not sure what happened with me, because I keep feeling... I keep being so pessimistic. Which, you know, if you go into these challenges with that mindset, you'll never make it happen. I think I'm just how do you say, pissy that Tiger Strike and Dragon Tail does not have any synergies. My Sacred Globe, yeah, luckily for us I did go back for it. Otherwise it is a Zarfen classic to say, oh, I should start picking up more valuables for gold, and then immediately pass up stuff like that. Right now we are 54. 54. And ideally we would like to be 58 or 60. Well, ideally 60, but I'm not sure how bad the level penalty is gonna start to kick in a few levels. Like right now I think the experience gain is perfectly fine. But the higher we level, the slower the experience game. Oh, here we go. What's everything? Finally, the gem shine. Making double, triple sure that I'm not carrying any other stupid gem in my inventory. Alright, first perfect amethyst. So now we are 50% towards the goal. The goal of 2. I'm just here for the struggle, and then something like that happens, and finding, you know, the more you struggle, the more amazing finding something feels like. So we can go around there struggling for a long time, but then you find something like a gem shrine, and it feels like a huge W. It's so funny. Wait, can you manipulate gem shrine with inventory? Yeah, so how it works is that if you have a gem in your inventory, it will upgrade one of those instead of dropping a random chipped gem. And apparently not everyone knows this, because I received some comments about
Good
it
day to you, partner.
on the video. Like, people couldn't believe that I farmed a perfect gem. Like on my crafting only run, there were some people who couldn't believe that I farmed a perfect gem in Act 2 of normal. And I'm like... that was like the least grindy thing we did on that challenge, like the crafting only run. Farming gem shrines was by far not the worst we did. Thank you, Rocksteady, for gifting us up. Thank you, thank you. But also, you asked if you can manipulate them. Yeah, as far as, if I remember correctly, what gem will be upgraded is not random. It will be the one you interacted with. How do you say? The least most recently. Like the one you interacted with the longest time ago, I think, is the one that will be upgraded. Longest time ago, yes. The easiest word in the English language. The leaving behind of gems infuriates me. Well, if I leave behind flawless gems, you can shout at me. But leaving behind normal gems, I think we're past that. But of course, I'm sure we're gonna need everything in this run, so that will probably come back to bite me. I'm also leaving gold piles behind. The oldest gem in your inventory, too. Yes. There are many ways to say it that is cleaner than least most recent. How far off are we from one-shotting Duriel? I would say about half. Well, no, actually that's not true. We are maybe 60% of the way there. Alright, here we go. Second one, only shortly after the first one. Well, it feels good to check something out of the list. I guess we can't check it off a list because I never put it on a list to begin with. I was gonna say it's gonna suck to lose Cannot Be Frozen, but we actually won't lose it because we have the Rhyme Shield. 35 to strength, some fire damage, but more importantly, some life.
Good day to you, partner.
So I guess we can go back to the tombs now. Oh, thank you, Carol, for the 3 months. Oh, you've been a naughty boy. Excuse me? I missed you for more than a week. I'm sure you'll kill Duriel after we get Enigma. Yeah, I was out sick pretty bad. Well, not bad like in I was close to dying, but I had a real man cold last week. Yeah, Enigma would be so amazing for this character. 2 skills and level scaling strength. Are you kidding me? It's like everything this character could want. But I will promise you that we will not be grinding Enigma in Nightmare anyway. I should make sure to kill all the ghosts then, regardless if they can drop an rune or not. I saw some discussion if it was actually possible. But they can surely drop some useful rune. I mean, the experience is pretty good, even on players 1. Because every tomb will have a bunch of elites, you know?
I can't carry anymore.
Also, isn't it... Well, actually, I was gonna say, isn't it crazy that we haven't found, like, 15 or 20 strength ring already? But thinking about it, I think strength, like, big amounts of plus the strength are not really coming up that often yet. .67% chance for worm hides on level 56. Well, if I only need 3 million gold... Well, I think I'm gonna hit level 56 before I hit 3 million gold at this rate. Oh, this is one of the big tombs, right? We might actually want to prioritize only the tombs with a super chest. Oh, I was sure that was a health shrine, so I almost died, because I hit the shrine and ran right back in. I don't think a skull... Well, who knows? Maybe a skull is exactly what we'll need at some point. Or actually, well, who knows? The problem is that if... Wow, that's a fast pack of ghosts. Even I am starting to realize that it's not reasonable to save everything, even with 3 stash tabs. Ooh, +3 to martial arts circlet. not quite. Actually, let's skip the tombs that are big and go just for the super chest ones. Gold, gold, gold. Well, maybe we'll reach 3 million in no time. Like casual 112k deposit.
Good day to
No, I
you,
ended up
partner.
not picking up the skull, actually. Thank you, HTO Evil, for gifting us out. Thank you, thank you. I appreciate it. Pick up the skull, you coward. Alright, convince me that I should pick up the skull. I can tell you how the reasoning went in my head. Basically, I was thinking like, well, maybe I need to use the 6p skull recipe to re-roll some rare down to a low level, but then I'm like, well, at that point we are probably too deep in one challenge. I mean, it is a perfect gem, so maybe I should pick all the perfect gems up. Yeah, actually, maybe gems in general are just very useful.
I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore.
Okay, now I kind of regret not picking it up. But not so much that I'm gonna go back for it. By the way, this was such a huge find. Plus 3 to fire skills while being a one-handed was an upgrade in its own right over. Oh, I did pick it up, so never mind. That is an upgrade in its own right over Leaf, because then I can use it together with a shield. But having a weapon with ignore target's defense is so nice to have for charging up Tiger Strike, because my chance to hit is really good. Maybe I'm catching up on levels. Well, it used to be really trash. My chance to hit used to be really low last stream, but I guess I'm catching up on levels, so it's starting to improve. What, did someone type something about Magic Find in chat? The bro will grind to level 99 before he beats Nightmare. I have never actually gotten to level 99, but I understand the math behind it being unreasonable to do in Nightmare, unfortunately. Unfortunately for the challenge, I realize how awful of an idea it would be. What? Oh, someone switched places on my rejuves and my mana potions, so I probably drank a mana potion instead of a rejuve. Never mind. Exactly, someone. Who could have done this? It is a mystery indeed. We are currently in Nightmare. And now I'm doing the Walk of Shame back because I really want that super chest. I mean, we haven't done much lower cross grinding or anything, but I really thought we would have better strength charms. Like at least a few more of the really good ones, like +5 strength or +6 strength. Especially since I think you should be able to find large charms with up to +5 to a stat. And we have like 1 5 dex, 1 4 strength. So we have 2 5 dex and 1 4 strength and 1 5 strength. Well, that's a decent amount. And this was my loot. All that trouble. Oh, a unique apparition can drop up to Amroom.
Good evening.
Alright, that makes it a bit tougher, but still possible. Right, let's do some gem cubing. Three perfect gems, enough for one reroll. One in 52,000 is solid odds, or solid odds. It's all relative, I guess. What player setting? I regret to inform you that this is players 1. But since I haven't put a single stat point into vitality, my character is kind of weak. And if you're wondering why I'm not assigning my stat points, it's because I don't know how much dexterity I will end up needing. But I am fairly sure that I will need some amount. And why, you ask? Because I probably need a pair of skill claws, like claws with a bunch of +2 skills. And not any +2 skills, but +2 Tiger Strike. And Dragon Tail. Mainly Dragon Tail. Wow, that was close. I saw like 28 life out of the corner of my eye there. Man, I'm getting beaten up here.
I am overburdened.
I should bring some antidotes. Alternatively, I could stop running into poison stacks. That was so close. Oh man.
Hello.
How may I help you?
Why is obedience not a good idea? Well, it is a good idea, but I need the runes for it and a 5-socketed spear or polearm. I did not mean to go back.
Good.
Assassin and her keys. I'm surprised you only have 2 rows. Well, it's just because I I want Arctic's Binding for the magic find while we're doing the grind portion of the run. When we actually gear up to one shot, I am not using Arctic's. Well, I'm really happy with the one pointing Cloak of Shadows anyway. I think that was well spent. Actually, I should probably not bother so much with random trash mobs. I could go for like elite enemies only. Well, now that they clumped up so nicely, I couldn't resist, but in general, I don't need to kill everything. The so-called super chests are kind of disappointing.
Good evening.
Actually, 10% gold. We are really looking for gold. Up the player setting. Don't you see how how often I am experiencing near death experiences?
I can't carry anymore.
But the experience is still really good, especially considering we are not actually killing that much. Like, we are not clearing out the full tombs. I keep saying I should bring antidotes, but then I don't. And actually, we are
I can't carry
moving in the
anymore.
wrong direction. Right now we are mainly looking for levels. Because some of our shopping and gambling schemes do require a slightly higher level than we currently are.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's a pretty nice amulet, defensively, but 16 energy. Imagine a 16 strength ring. Though I'm not necessarily sure that energy and strength are of the same, like, rarity brackets, or even have the same amounts being able to spawn. And once again, I didn't drink or bring antidotes. Well, it's fine. It's fine. Actually, I just realized that since we went to normal to do something, I don't think I even have the map for Duriel, like, revealed anymore. Like, this character has gone all the way to Duriel and attempted kicking him once. But right now, I don't think I even have the path to Duriel scouted. Or maybe I just didn't take note of it in one of the tombs. Who killed me? Off to a
Good day.
mediocre start.
It is an honor to serve you.
Hello.
On this, we should be able to get 56 very soon. And I guess we can start gambling for worm hides then. But we can also go through this tomb, that should be the correct one, and make sure that we find Duriel again. I don't even remember why we went back to normal, but we need to scout Duriel out eventually, so might as well do it now. I'm not in the tomb that I think I am. I thought I was in the square tomb right now. But that can't be the case, because we have a super chest over here. And somehow I have swapped to another weapon switch as well.
Overburdened. I need mana.
I think I should get more levels. Oh, on level 56 it's like 0.1%. Alright, alright. I think I misunderstood something you said earlier then. So I guess we're doing some more level farming. Oh, this is not quite a a square. It's close, right? It's like if you've seen the Minecraft movie, it's like the sphere, but Minecraft style. Looks square to me, yeah.
Not enough mana.
Well, now it got level 56, but
I can't carry.
maybe that's not what we are really looking for then. Before we gamble. But you know what? Just to satiate the loot goblin in us all.
Good day.
Good day.
When we are in town anyway, we can just take a peek at L6 inventory, you know?
Good day.
And see what he has on offer. Blades of Ice. Yeah, I'm looking because I'm worried that there is some mechanic that makes it so that I can't actually get level 18 skills on the claws we see right now. which would suck. Chicken jockey, exactly. Is it too late to make Minecraft movie jokes in October, end of October? Is it too late to get in on that train?
Can't.
So I went into this tomb before because I thought this was the right one, and I turned back right before I hit the chest room, it seems.
I am overburdened.
Actually, I should, man. My inventory is so full, but I should pick up stuff like a blue serpent skin armor. That is probably also max gold or close to it. We're watching Diablo 2. Nothing is too late for us.
Stay a while.
Or it's too late for nothing with us. That's true. Good point. Good point. I can't believe you're spoiling the Minecraft movie for me. Oh, sorry. I tried to come up with a funny follow-up, but I couldn't. Well, actually, let's cube. While I only have one piece of jewelry in my cube, might as well cube some emeralds. What's the plan to one-shot now? We need to increase our damage. We one-shot all of Act 1 of Nightmare, then we one-shot our way up to Duriel, but we didn't manage to take Duriel down yet. Yet, I say, with confidence. And the weird part is that after Duriel, bosses' HP does not really scale as crazily as they have before. Like, they aren't doubling for a few bosses anymore until they start doubling again. Or multiplying with a lot anyway. So it's so hard to upgrade our damage, right? But if we can one-shot Duriel, my brain is like, well, then we should be able to one-shot Mephisto as well. Whereas in reality, it is a huge step up from Mephisto to Duriel, or the other way around, Duriel to Mephisto. Even though percentage-wise, it might not be that much, right? No mana potions, huh? How much higher is Duriel Hell compared to Nightmare? Oof, I don't even want to talk about it. No, but seriously, in Hell, it starts to get really crazy, because then bosses start having, you know, hundreds of thousands of HP. And that's, you know, not even mentioning the fact that this character is so weak. Like, we're running around here with 300 HP, but realistically, I can't spare any points going into Vitality, right? I was gonna complain about the super chest drops again, but at least at least this one sells for hopefully 30k. We can't even sell for 35k because we are only Knack 2 Nightmare. What skill for the second weapon slot would even be useful to get? I think
Greetings.
a Necromancer Curse,
Help you.
without a doubt. Like, we have been using this Wand of Lower Resistance, which reduces enemy fire resist, and well, by a lot, so this is a very important piece of our puzzle. Definitely. Someone was asking if I was hunting for gem shrines right now, so I thought I had written that on my overlay because I was doing that before, but I have moved on with my life and now we are farming levels again.
I need mana.
4% magic find. Never gonna scoff at that.
Not enough mana. I can't carry it anymore. I can't.
Ooh, rare ring. 20 strength, 20 dexterity, 60 life, all res. I'm just manifesting. Not quite. Man, once we get to Act 3, we could spend a lot of time in Lower Crossed. Because imagine how good like a really solid pair of blood-crafted rings could be. With a huge stat bonus and a little bit of life to help me survive. And you know, the chance for some decent runes. Not bear runes and sir runes, since we are only Nightmare, but... Why I don't use a mercenary? I don't know, man. It just feels good to not rely on the merc, since I'm not gonna be able to use him anyway later.
Can't carry anymore.
But I guess I should. But this character has been such a purist about not using a mercenary, so it feels a little bit weird to bring one out all of a sudden, I guess. Like now that we're just farming. Or actually, maybe we do have the... No, we have not scouted this map. So let's do that, so we know where we're going later when we actually need to one-shot Mephisto. Duriel. I can't believe I miss naming Duriel and Mephisto so much.
I am overburdened.
Though I'm not sure who should, like which one of them should be offended that I'm mixing them up. Probably Mephisto. I mean, calling someone that they look like Duriel does not seem like a flattering thing to say. I should charge up less and just go to town with Dragon Tail when I'm surrounded. Does Mercenary Magic Find influence your Magic Find? No, but the other way around. So my Magic Find influences the Mercenary's Magic Find. I meant to run out and close the door behind me, but instead I closed the door in front of me and locked myself in with our enemies. I see what you're saying about the rune and the wand in my inventory that I threw away. Well, if I can get lower resistance, it will actually be great, because how Dragon Tail works is that it bases its fire damage off of how much damage you deal, like how much physical damage you deal. The problem is, of course, that it's very hard to get the amplified damage, because it can't spawn as charges on a wand like lower resist can. So amplified damage will in fact boost our physical and our fire damage. With Dragon Tail specifically. Because of like the weird way that particular skill works. Which is also why we have talked a bunch about farming for spell steal, because that has charges of Decrepify, which is like kind of like amplified damage, but weaker. Did I say Dragon Tail? And I meant Dragon Tail. My bad. These are absolutely Duriel's Duriel's minions, dropping only scrolls for days. One-shotting all the urns, at least, that's good. Ooh, Flawless Amethyst. You know, it's a question left to be answered. How many more amethysts will we need But I'm sure we'll need one eventually when we find a Shaco or a +3 martial arts glove. I meant circlet, but I read glove in chat at the same time. Oh man, I don't stream for a week and I completely forget how to speak. Well, I actually, speaking correctly was perhaps never my strong suit.
Impossible. I am overburdened.
Well, at least to me, it feels like I'm actually, you know, farming now as opposed to fumbling around. I say that as I completely run out of mana, so I can't attack anymore.
Good day. Good day.
And someone told me when I could find Gavel of Pain the earliest, but I forgot what it was. But it was a little ways out from where we are currently. YouTube recommended me your video. Now I'm playing D2 again after taking a break for 20 years. Oh, that's awesome, and also I'm sorry for hooking you back in. Don't talk to me about what I said before going to town. Do you expect you need 2 levels now? I think I want to get to level 58 to unlock some new stats when gambling and or some... I need to unlock some stuff for gambling, basically. And in some sense, I guess, vendor shopping, like trading also. I seem to recall that I need to be like level 60 something. Or, sorry, that the item level was 60 something for chain gloves. So if I am level 58, I should be able to see +3 to martial arts on all the gloves that L6 offers. Alright, had to focus there for a sec.
I am overburdened. I am overburdened.
Well, I guess I can't really stop focusing. Because I'm... Oh boy. Well, there's a reason we're not doing this challenge in hardcore. What's the player count? The current player count is actually 10. We are on players 1. Perfect death. Oh, thank you. Nemo wrote, perfect timing on that death for your future videos. And that reminded me that I was actually not recording. Whoops.
I am overburdened.
So thank you for reminding me, I guess. Just in case this goes well and it ends up becoming a video. I need to have it recorded, but I was not recording, and now I am.
I can't carry anymore.
Well, I guess people are just gonna have to believe me that we farmed the amethysts for the Spirit Forge. Or I can use stream footage again. And I guess that's really all that has happened so far. And of course 2.5 levels. Or 2 levels, I guess. Another problem with using a mercenary, for farming specifically, is that I don't really have any mercenary gear. So it would be one very sad mercenary. But maybe it could at least stay alive and distract our enemies for me. But also it would probably cost me some amount of gold to keep one alive. And we have a plan for our gold right now. Investigation on YouTube in 2 months. A D2 YouTuber did not farm the gem for his runs, not clickbait. Yeah, imagine the day I become the target of a rage bait video essay. Then I'll know I made it big. Alright, here we have Duriel at least. Actually, something that's kind of funny is that for both this video, or sorry, both for the one-shot video and the crafted only video, there have been comments accusing me of cheating. But of course, both of those videos are fully archived on the channel. So I mean, they could have picked better videos if they wanted to trash talk me. Coffeezilla does a Zarfen story. Well, if Coffeezilla would do a video on me, then I'd be in real trouble. Then I probably did something for real. Let me see here. Drop some gems. I'm not sure why I have healing potions in the stash. Experience seems good still, so let's keep going for a few more levels. I mean, at some point I think I'm gonna stop cubing everything just because it's so disheartening to get junk upon junk upon junk upon junk. But I guess it's necessary. What items are good for selling? like wand and paladin shields, and not paladin shields so much, but like any item that has +2 skills on them. Like oh, it disappeared, I guess. No, here it is. Like wands with skills, but they need to have skills. And like paladin scepters, sorceress staves, and then armor that is made out of metal. So like splint mails, breastplates, preferably exceptional or elite versions. They will sell for a lot.
Hello.
Oh boy. How much time do you think you're mentally prepared to spend on this challenge for Nightmare, out of curiosity? Ooh, tough question, and I don't want to deflate the challenge, but I am not prepared to go to extreme measures. Like I'm not gonna grind for a high rune in Nightmare. But I don't know how far I'm willing to go. I am apparently willing to go for level 58 to 60 and gamble for a 1% chance of elite boots. But the way it works, with me at least, is that if you ask me, are you willing to grind for like finishing off Nightmare? I'm like, nah, that seems like too much. But then you ask me like, okay, are you prepared to grind so you beat Duriel? Oh yeah, definitely. That should be pretty doable, right? But then after I've finished Duriel, you ask me, are you gonna grind the Mephisto? Then I'm like, yeah, why not? We're so close. Like, we did defeat Duriel. Might as well give Mephisto a try. And then we reach Act 4, and then it's like, well, now we are at Diablo, the namesake of the franchise. We should at least give it like an honest go. And all of a sudden, I've tricked myself into going to Act 5. But I will say though, I think for me to keep motivated with this challenge, like keep spending time on it, I think there needs to be a goal to work towards. Like so far, even though we've run up against like huge walls, like we need to 4x our damage, we need to double our damage, we need to double our damage again, etc. There has always been something clear to work towards, like levels for more skills, like some piece of gear. But eventually we are gonna arrive at the situation where I will not be able to see the way forward, right? Like once I have +3 martial arts on the helm and +3 martial arts on the gloves and the strength on every slot and, you know, etc. If the only way forward is literally Enigma and Infinity, then I think it's more fun to do 50 other challenges before finishing that. Like in the same amount of time, I mean. Does amplified damage proc before the kick? I haven't tested it, but I don't believe so, because I believe what triggers chance to cast amplified damage is the actual damage being dealt, right? Unlike crushing blow, which is not triggered by the damage, but you know, it's just a attacking effect, or like a hitting effect rather. But I'm not sure, I haven't tested it or done much research, but I would assume that chance to cast triggers after damage.
I can't carry anymore. can't carry anymore.
Almost level 57, so I think we'll go for 58 and then we start gambling. As you know, we can gamble as soon as we as a bit of gold comes into the coffers. We can try gambling for a boot upgrade.
I am overburdened.
The alternative would be to gamble for circlets, I guess.
I can't carry anymore.
And you know, go with the plan that eventually we'll somehow grind the runes needed to upgrade a pair of boots. Because the only thing I don't like with the plan to gamble for Wormhide boots is that at some point we will want to replace them, because they are absolutely not the best boots, right? But yeah, it would be sad to lose this circlet. But I mean, +1, I mean, it does have everything, but the +1, the only +1 to skills kind of ruins it. Or not ruins it, but kind of makes it suboptimal. Now I'm forgetting which tombs I've been in, so I guess I should reset the map. I guess it's quick to check. Well, this looks empty, and there's loot on the floor, so I guess we've been here. Yeah, that is true. Once we get to Act 3, it will be more realistic to upgrade boots with access to Lower Crossed, since we will want to go to Lower Crossed anyway. For like charms. And whatnot. Level up? Not quite. What? Well, now we're not so close to a level up anymore. I guess I ran into all the bolts. Kumadrin, Lower Crossed mentioned. Imagine how sad you will be when we get there and find what we're looking for in like 10 runs, and then we never go back to Lower Crossed. I guess I didn't lose that much experience since I collected my corpse this time. Avenger Guard should probably pick that up. That could be money. Though it's often not as valuable as something like a staff, a sorcerer's staff. But it definitely can sell for max gold. Alright, I'll do it one time. Someone mentioned I should increase the player setting before opening the chests.
I am overburdened.
But I think it's so nice and relaxing to have an easy farm route. Yeah, I think my max damage is like 60% of Duriel's life maybe, so we haven't actually improved ourselves that much since the first kill. Well, here you see, here you go. Avenger guards can also be very not valuable at all. Itchy nose. So we are officially over 1 million in the stash, if I put it in the right tab. You can revive the old channel. Do yeah. Yeah, go back to the Magic Find roots. Yeah, when I only did the Magic Find runs. 15 to strength, but then immediately I realized they are a pair of gloves. Man, 33 Magic Find. 88 life. We can certainly start seeing some cool or like high stat rolls and stuff. It's been a while since I made a pure Magic Find video, and I guess that's not really the like direction I'm taking the channel in right now. But I don't know, man. Part of me thinks like maybe people like I assume fewer and fewer people are actually playing Diablo 2. Sorry, I got a drink. Should I repeat my question, or you just don't want to answer? It's hard to keep up with the chat as I'm almost dying in the tombs. I can see what you were saying. Why do you switch to legacy mode at vendors? Oh, I don't really. I only did it for the crafting only challenge, right? Or you ask me why I don't do it. Why do you switch to legacy mode at vendors? I think you have me confused with someone else. I never do that. But some people do it because it is technically faster to shop for potions that way. But I do not use that trick because I find it tedious to switch to legacy when shopping at vendors. Though I did do some legacy swapping in my crafted only run, but that was only for fun. It doesn't actually do anything. Like to improve, to change what you can buy or anything. Or improve your luck or whatever. I was talking about something else before I coughed and drank some water, but I forgot what it was. Alright, I was talking about magic finding. Yeah, so I'm not sure how many people are interested in like 1000 magic find run style of videos right now. My gut tells me that they wouldn't be that popular anymore. But then I check in on my old videos, and like my old 1000 Andariel runs video still gets like several thousands of views every month, and that is like well over 2 years old by now, which is kind of cool. Now switching to legacy doesn't give you an advantage per se, but like if you want to buy potions,
Welcome to my shop.
And like, you see, I am double clicking right now and it doesn't work. So I need to move down slightly. But if I switch to Legacy, you can double click because then the cursor is over the yes by default. But if you switch to this, it is no longer the case. You need to move down a little bit. Even though it is highlighted, you can't click. So like speedrunners do that to buy potions quicker. Why I did it on the crafting run? Because my chat kept saying I should do it for better luck. Have I been in this tomb? I don't think so. No. That is one big elemental explosion. How's the next video coming along? I would say it's coming out about the turn of the month. I had ambitions to post more often, but at least I haven't. Ever since I said I would post more often, at least it hasn't been like 2 months, which it was like oh, it's an invisible sneaky one, which it was like during the summer. I didn't upload for over 2 months, which isn't great, but you know, it happens. Tal rune, first rune from the super chest. I watched that video this month. I went through your whole back catalog while grinding WoW. That's awesome.
How may I help you?
Yeah, I mean, it's so clear to me that I could really benefit from having a lot more videos on the channel, because I get those kind of comments kind of frequently, which is of course super awesome. But like, people find my videos, and because they are all kind of similar,
Hello.
they are bingeable. But then they end because there are not that many videos. Alright, let's save an exit to make sure the tombs are closed, and then let's do a few players 3 tombs, so that I can speed up the experience gain for the last bit we need for 58.
What you need?
What am I looking for? I'm looking for gloves with 3 martial arts, and then belts with huge strength. And then claws. But I only really need to look at claws. Well, actually, maybe I need to look at all claws now that I see this one. I was just gonna say I only need to look at claws with red text, because those are exceptional. But I guess I should look at them all. But now I need to remember that we are on players 3, so I need to play really carefully now.
I am overburdened.
Well, as careful as I can reasonably be. Do a little bit of pre-charge up before going in. Because let's be real, the most dangerous situations I put myself... Ooh, Iron Rune. The most dangerous situations I put myself in is usually when I stand and try to charge up on a skeleton while like getting shot by the mummy or something. And getting cursed, I guess.
I am overburdened.
Well, Iron is quite a decent rune to have,
Can't carry anymore.
like at this point in Nightmare. So that we are of course happy about. Ooh. An Io staff and the Kiras. Both valuable.
I am overburdened.
Oh, ring. Actually, there are probably no set rings that are even decent for us right now. Close.
I am overburdened. I am overburdened.
More rings. More nothing. I guess we can identify it.
Yes.
Hello.
Good day.
Another angelic halo. Well, we have all the angelic halos we need. Well, Irune, our highest by some margin.
Ask and learn.
No, I don't think we can find any jewel that has good stats for us. Outside of the rainbow facet, of course. What I'm really looking for when I pick up jewels is crafting fodder. But I think I have all that I need. Ooh, rares can have up to 15 stats. That's interesting. Well, that's certainly better than my amethysts. But I assume those would have to be rare, right? The jewels with that much stats on them.
I can't carry anymore. I am overburdened.
Right, nice. Not anything like anything particular that I found, just that I'm killing monsters and getting good experience. Just to clarify. Well, this could be a 5 strength large charm, and I'll be happy.
I can't carry anymore.
Maybe a faster run walk charm could be useful for like the farming portion of the challenge that we're currently in, but I also need space for the loot itself. I'm focusing so hard right now because I don't want to die now that we're less than half a level away from level 58. And like that gold is burning a hole in my pocket already. I really want to spend it. Actually, in some ways it makes sense to farm on players 3, right? Because I am killing... Like, I'm killing everything in a charged up dragon tail. Regardless if I'm on players 3 or players 1. But it's just that I'm taking so much more damage, but... I guess that is a skill issue.
I can't.
Have you ever considered a no potion run?
Good day.
I have considered it, but I have never done it. Well, I guess I did play without health potions for a while in my most recent stream challenge. Boo! Is that boo like the ghost or boo? Down with Mr. Streamer. Thank you anyway for the super chat. Or maybe it's a Halloween call. We are approaching Halloween after all. I think a no potion run could be broken. A boo for not dying. Well, I didn't expect that. Thank you anyway, dying enthusiast. I was gonna say, the problem with something like a no potion run is that how do you, like, make the rules so it's interesting? Because, for example, a tried and true classic is using Prayer Emilio with, like, Cure and Insight. And then you have basically infinite mana and infinite health. And if you're a player paladin, you can even use that on yourself and not rely on a mercenary. So you could ban that, but like then where do you draw the line? Why do you put the camera on the left side? Just wondering. Well, that is an interesting question. I don't know. Should it be on the right side? Side? Should it be on the right side, you think, son? I just plugged it into my computer, opened the little screen in OBS, like added the webcam as a source, and then I put it somewhere that wasn't in the middle of the screen. That's all there is to it. Streaming in general is a little bit of an afterthought for my channel. Like, I really enjoy doing it, but it's not like I'm necessarily trying to be a
I am overburdened. I can't carry anymore.
streamer, right, or a successful streamer. I care much more about the videos or like channel growth and, you know, quote unquote a success metric. So I haven't put a lot of thought into a lot that goes on my channel. Streaming wise. Sorry, I haven't put a lot of thought into my streams, is what I meant to say. Then go the other way, only potions run. Oh boy. I was actually, you know, loosely researching a potion only run. like a long time ago to see like, okay, how could I do it? And I was like, I was planning to do it on a barbarian for, you know, basically infinite potions once you get throwing mastery up real high. But then Luther made that challenge, and after he did it, I was like, all right, I'm good. I don't need to do this as well. All right. F, thank you, thank you. I was gone for 2 hours. What did I miss? Not much. Actually, which tomb was I even in? I don't remember which tomb I was in, and I don't want to leave the game because I don't want to leave my body on the floor. I think it's the next one. Is it this one? Yes, lucky. Might have gotten lost. I guess there is a finite amount of tombs, so eventually I would have found it, I guess.
I can't carry
But
anymore.
like speaking of future projects, something that inspires me so much is the RuneScape YouTuber Settled. And what appeals to me so much about his videos is that he comes up with such ridiculous challenges and then just, you know, sticks at it and like grinds it out over thousands of hours. And I do realize that Diablo 2 doesn't maybe have the depth in the same way that you can do something like that for like a really big project and, you know, do it for forever. Well, forever, but like for thousands of hours. The exception being maybe the Holy Grail, like finding every set and unique, but that doesn't really appeal to me that much, because, I mean, it's hard to add variety into the end game. At some point you're just gonna grind like the terror zones until you're done, basically. Whereas Settled's videos are so fun, even as someone who has never played the RuneScape. He manages to really, you know, create interesting situations with like self-imposed restrictions. If you couldn't find your body, they'd have to rename it to One Shot Kills Tomb. Yeah, that is true. Here, Talrasha doesn't lie here. Here lies One Shot, One Kill, the level 57 assassin. Imagine Zarfen playing the game after killing Hellbale. Yeah, exactly. Maybe that's what I'm longing after. You know, continuing my characters after they finish Bale. But the question is, what goal can you have after that? The Ancient, the Ubers, sure. But other than that, there's not that much. I mean, there's basically only the like the end game in Diablo 2 is like PvP, and that's not for me. It is the Holy Grail, which I'm not that interested in, and like level 99, and, you know, grinding just because, for the sake of grinding, which is how I used to play the game. I just enjoyed finding loot, like no purpose. Like I didn't trade because I was in single player. I didn't, you know, do anything with it. It was just fun to, you know, grind for items, hoping to find something rare. But that is outside of doing, you know, those pure magic find videos that I talked about, like doing videos like 1,000 rounds of this. There's not much of a goal to build a narrative around, right? Or something like purely grind based.
I can't carry anymore.
But even something like going for level 99 will at some point just be reduced to grinding terror zones. I guess that's just the game Diablo 2 is. Actually, saying this out loud, Maybe this is exactly what we're doing now, a long-term project, you know, tackling the game in a very strange way. Funny how just saying something out loud can change your perspective on something.
Overburdened. Impossible. I can't carry anymore. I can't carry anymore.
Oh, so close.
I am overburdened.
Like another half a tomb. If you want Zarfen, you can tackle me in a strange way. Okay, moving on. What's the name of the RuneScape player you're talking about? Missed the name. Settled. 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 I liked your self-crafting challenges. It'd be interesting to see you push that, tubers. In some ways, sometimes it's like a curse to, like the curse of knowledge, because immediately I think like, well, it's just a matter of
I can't carry
getting
anymore.
high crushing blow boots, high crushing blow gloves, open wounds on the belt, and you know, lots of rejuves. Crushing blow and open wounds is really too strong, man. Though that being said, I am absolutely terrible at Ubers. I've done Ubers like definitely less than 10 times. Maybe I have only done them 5, I don't really know. And that is between Diablo 2 and Resurrected. Because, you know, I always been a single player Goblin. And in the original Diablo 2, you couldn't do Ubers offline. So I only did it like once, I think. Just to see what it was like. And then, of course, in D2R I've done it a little bit, but then again, most of my characters retire after like beating the campaign or whatever. I'm just gonna drink rejuve because I'm so close to the level up. I don't want to risk dying now. Well, now I can die, I guess, because I have the level, but holy crap. I guess beetles are some of the worst enemies, like, after increasing the player setting, because you take more lightning damage, regardless if you blind them or not. Alright, level 58. Let's see if we can get lucky with some wormhide boots. Just so I don't make an absolute fool out of myself. I should gamble normal boots, right? For wormhide boots. Yeah, I've been going through a big RuneScape challenge, or like,
Good day.
yeah, challenge run, binge, like Gridlocked and all of those. And also, I've been recommended some World of Warcraft channels. And I have never played World of Warcraft either. I guess the YouTube algorithm has figured out that I'm willing to watch something for a long time. As long as it has slow, tedious progress through grinding, I will watch any amount of content that's like that. Alright, now we're gonna gamble for boots. The floppy looking ones. The ones that look like Dragon Ball Z shoes. I can see it. No, actually, do they? Aren't they like a little bit more...
Good day.
not finding the word, but a little bit more... they're like black with some golden details, right? Ooh, 23k. Oh, actually, before I forget, I should really grab the edge bow. Oh yeah, exactly. I should really grab the edge bow. By the way, I just want to point out, how much did I say that I thought they would cost? Like I said, around 20k, right? And that was a few levels ago, and they were indeed like 20k right now. I also, I didn't check before the stream, but I thought I checked that once I am level 58, I can also buy +3 martial arts gloves from L6. Though if we should look for... actually, if we should look for gloves with +3 to martial arts, we should do that first. So sorry for all the gambling enthusiasts, we need to do this first.
Hi there.
Ooh, 2 Javan spear. Zarfen, are you from Lund? No, I'm the opposite. And what does that mean? I'm from north of Sweden. Where did our money go? Yeah, in 5 seconds. Well, a little longer now since I took a detour looking for something else. But in short order, I'm gonna ask where my money went. Any reason to not get into the Resurrected version? Well, the only reason, as far as I'm concerned, is that it costs money. Ooh! +3 javelin and spears and 25 magic find. Game, you tease me so. You bastard. Imagine. I mean, this would be sick to find on a ladder starter or something. Oh man, I almost want to buy them just because to have them in the stash, but then again, I never play with the shared stash.
What you need?
'90 strength. I don't need to check every item. It actually takes it longer. Takes a longer time to do so.
Hello.
So I should check gloves and belts because I want to see what kind of strength numbers I can see on belts because I'm unsure.
Hi there.
But boots, I don't really need to look at boots, right? Because ooh, 15 strength, alright? I am certain that that is more than gonna add more damage than our other one that was like 6 strength and 9 dex or something. So not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade.
Welcome to the desert rain.
Can you do this at any level? No. The
Greetings.
item levels of the wares that the vendors offer you is determined by your character level. So you will see different stats at different times
What you need?
from the vendors. Ooh, 18 to strength. Unfortunately, it's a light belt, but especially when we're going for one shots, I think I can sacrifice some belt slots.
Hi there.
What was I talking about? Yeah, there is one... Ooh, Martial arts and strength. Keep getting sidetracked, so I'm gonna say what I wanted to say now. In normal difficulty, there is also a hard item level cap in every act. But once you go into Nightmare, it's only dependent on your character's level.
Good day. Greetings.
I would like I think the Titan, like of the Titan, goes up to 20, I believe. So I'm still looking at belts, even though I found an 18 strength one. Does peace work on the weapon switch as well, or does it have to be on your main hand? Well, peace is a armor, right? So I'm not sure which one you meant, but for if I put something on my weapon switch, it's not it doesn't work when it's not like out, or how to say it. So I'm not getting the benefit from my edge bow when I don't have it out. So you can't boost yourself via the weapon switch, other than switching to it, of course. Oh, hey guys, thank you for enjoying the videos, I appreciate it. I'm not that interested in a no potions challenge, maybe as part of another challenge, somehow. I know a bunch of people from Lund. Weird to imagine I am just one person away from knowing Zarfen personally. Well, I told you I am from the opposite of Lund. I'm actually, I don't think I know anyone from Lund. But you know, it's a small world, so maybe we are 2 people apart. HTO. Oh, you meant the edge bow. Yeah, so no, you need you need to have the weapon out. And now that you have asked that question, maybe it is a comment about me buying maybe it's a comment about me buying those belts without having the edge equipped. Oh, and it is true, I should have pulled it out because it is free gold for 1 mouse click, but it doesn't matter that much for like buying a belt for a few thousand. The edge is more for like gambling my 1,000,000 gold away. Man, I can't believe that the game showed us +3 to javelin and spear skills almost right away, just to hook us, so that, you know, we'd be in it for the long haul, and then we haven't seen anything. Like, we have seen 1 pair of gloves with martial arts, and it was +1. You crush my heart like this, Zarfen. Well, I just don't want to be associated with Lund. That is a joke, by the way. No offense to any skåningar. How about you can only wear fully slotted gear, but every slotted gear has to be fully filled with the same gem and different from other gems. Yeah, that was a mouthful. Can you use the Emilio for leveling? I guess I can, but I haven't done so. How come you don't check Farah? Because she sells gloves of higher tiers. Like, she will sell like gauntlets and stuff now, and they cannot roll with the same stats as lower tiers of gloves. So for example, ideally I would only shop for leather gloves, but not that many vendors
Welcome
sell
to the
leather
desert
gloves.
rain.
And there's also, you know, like you have to weigh that against how quickly you can refresh the inventory. So by only going to L6, I can refresh his inventory rather often. Ooh, 16 to strength. Well, we have 18. What are you looking for? I'm looking for gloves with +3 to martial arts.
Good day.
Though I'll be the first one to admit that I'm not sure if that is... if we're gonna grind it out today. Man, I can't... My voice is losing out. I guess I haven't streamed in a few days. Is this the best act for buying gloves?
Welcome to the desert rain.
With what we have available to us, I think it is. Because it is kind of quick to refresh
Not in town.
his
Hi there.
trade window. Yeah, that is true. I should probably
Welcome to
swap
the
my
desert
gear
rain.
around. I claim to be a little bit unlucky that I haven't found the +3 gloves yet, but they are exceedingly rare.
What you need?
So if anything, the fact that we saw the +3 spear and javelin gloves so early was really lucky. So if we're gonna do this, we should probably, you know, put in some real effort. And like, yeah, put on some specific gear for the task and stuff. I already have +2 martial arts gloves, so I'm only interested in the +3.
Welcome
When
to
will the
desert
next
rain.
stream be? I will try to make it happen on Friday. +19. We keep upgrading our belt ever so slightly. Now I'm gonna switch to save 100 gold, I guess. Going from 18 to 19, working our way up in the world. I guess I can sell them back to him at a great loss. You light belt, yeah.
Hi there.
I would prefer a normal belt, but as I said before, when we're going for the one shot, I don't think my potion slots are gonna be what's holding me back.
Welcome to the
I
desert
like the
rain.
bosses. Though, so what might happen is that I use another pair of another belt with more slots and less stats for getting to the boss, and then swap those in. Do you play Path of Exile 1? No, I don't know how many hours I have in it, but it's definitely less than 100. I have a few hours in PoE 1, but not that many. I've been enjoying Path of Exile 2 lately, though.
Hi there.
If my mercenary uses obedience, I will not benefit from the negative fire resist. I would have to carry it in to get the benefits.
Good evening.
Lots of color in this shop window, or like not color, but different levels of brightness, whatever that's called.
Welcome to the desert
The
rain.
hue? No, the hue is like color saturation, right? I'm talking about things I don't really know anything about right now.
What you need?
We're really not asking for much. We're not looking for like +3 and 20 IIS gloves. We're just looking for the +3. Is that really too much to ask? PoE 1 gave me much anxiety with the skill tree. Yeah, the skill tree is a pretty big barrier to entry. Though how I have gone about it in Path of Exile 2 is that I'm just, you know,
Hello.
I don't look at the whole tree. I look at where I start and then I pick something that looks good from what I have available, and then I start looking at, you know, once I get going, I look at some big nodes around me and see like where I should go next. And then when I kind of know what the build wants to do, I use the search function, because you can search, at least in Path of Exile 2, you can search in the tree. Because if you really want to min-max the absolute optimal skill tree for your build, you basically have to, you're like playing a whole nother game, like on the side, like a side quest, playing a skill tree simulator.
What you need?
Good evening.
Good evening.
"15 strength, 15 resist," but I think we need damage. But imagine finding something like
Hi there.
high lightning resist and 20 strength. Or strength and life. Actually, I don't think strength and life can spawn on a magic one. I think it needs to be rare. Lucky Kevin, holy crap, did you also not say that you were looking for claws? Yeah, imagine all the claws I've missed. That's my bad. And you can start to see why a big skill tree is too much for me. I can't even remember to click 2 tabs in the shop window. So +2 to martial arts and 5 dex. I mean, I believe those are technically better than the ones we have. So I guess we'll buy them. Because they also have the 5 dex. Right? We could get +3 in strength though. Oh, that's true. I guess we're gonna stay here forever then. We're not gonna be satisfied with +2 to martial, like +3 to martial arts. We're gonna go for +3 martial arts and 20 strength. Probably not actually, but you know. Why not use fade instead of burst of speed? It's safer. So I don't get mugged on my way to L6, you mean? I respect that. Safety first, after all.
Welcome to the desert rain.
I would totally enjoy PoE skill tree if I was just 20 years younger. I mean, I love that they have a complex skill tree, but I also acknowledge that it's a lot to get into as a newer player. But you don't need to make perfect decisions the first time you play a video game, or ever if you play a video game. Is, I guess, how I am approaching it. But I think something that Path of Exile does that's really cool is that you can use all skills and all passives. Well, not all passives, you have ascendancies and stuff, but most passives on all characters. And that really opens up some cool builds, I think. Customization. Man, the game is really taunting me now by showing me lots of exceptionals, making me think that I might have missed a great one by not looking properly.
What you need?
Hold up, time out. Didn't I say at the very start of the stream that I was not gonna turn this one into a L6 farming stream because I wanted to focus on some other things? And here we are. Power shopping at L6. How did we end up here? Like, we were going to gamble a few things, like very clear, like cut and dry. We're gonna gamble for this. Then like, actually, maybe I should look at gloves first so I can afford them. And now all of a sudden I'm looking at everything.
Good evening.
All right, we're gonna do a few more, few more looks, and then we'll do the gambling instead and farm a few more levels or something.
Greetings.
And then in the future, I'll probably do a dedicated L6 farming stream or something, like farming for literally 4 hours or something. And then you can tune in if you want to or not. Please clear out the inventory before gambling, otherwise it's gonna be a torture. Well, I actually like gambling just a few items at a time. So I'm afraid you're gonna be tortured, is what I'm saying, I guess. Hire Emilio for moral support.
Greetings.
Not even Emilio can save me now. 15 strength. Imagine +3 martial arts, 15 strength.
What you need?
And here's the thing, people were asking, like, how far am I willing to go in this challenge? And I mean, if you're just looking at something like this, in an ideal world, I would have hand sights or some like greater claws with +3 to martial arts, so like kenshis or senseis or whatever it's called. Hand sight of whatever, and then also +3 dragon tail. But farming for something like that, that's gonna take forever. And then it becomes a question of like, alright, so is it worth doing that for like 20 hours?
Welcome to the Desert Rain.
Just pull that number out of my ass, but you know, it's gonna take a long time. Or, you know, just do another challenge instead. I guess I could settle for +2 assassin and 3 dragon tail. But I don't think I would settle for less than +4 in total on every claw.
Greetings.
I guess I don't really need to look at the normal ones, because they can only have +3 at the most, which would be an upgrade right now, but not a significant one.
Greetings.
Seeing so many Magic Find boots. Now that I for once am not interested.
What you need?
I could actually look at buying some of those +2, but they are so expensive. But like if I have 2 times +2 to 2. If I have 2 claws with +2 assassin skills each, that will add up to more than +3 fire skills, and probably more than like whatever I can get from a shield. If we're talking about damage maxing, of course my shield adds a lot of, you know, utility and some defenses, which is certainly welcome. Oh no, my background D2 stream got too grindy. I need to put on another D2 stream on the background so I have something to listen to while I listen to this while I work. Next level side monitor enjoyer.
What you need?
If it's one hit, one kill, then why the shield? Because when I farm, I am not like one-shotting everything. And then I need, like, there's a lot of farming involved in this challenge. So it's nice to have some defenses for parts of it, like magic find and some resistances and, you know. But yeah, it doesn't add anything for actual one-shotting. But when we need to power up in between, it's nice to have. So let's go for like
Welcome to the desert
3 more
rain.
minutes to 2:40 p.m. And then if I haven't found it yet, then I will gamble instead and then revisit L6 another time.
What you need?
Zarfen, did you know that you already missed a Hexfire drop 2 streams ago? Did I? Wow, no, I had no idea. But I do believe it, because I didn't really think much of this one when it dropped. I was like, whatever. But then I was like, oh, actually... Isn't the city gate closer?
Greetings.
I don't think so. I don't think the city gate is closer, because you actually have to run all the way out here. So like the area doesn't change at the gate, but rather out here somewhere. And I think this takes longer than just running into the
Good day.
cubby or whatever. Especially since you can like do it very quick. I'm not really playing optimal right now, but you can basically double click up and down. 14, oh I have 19 already. Well, maybe it's similar.
What you need?
Not actually sure which is faster.
Hi there.
Well, now the game is not giving us even a teaser anymore. Ten more minutes, please. You don't want the shopping to end. Well, I'll do you one better. In the future, we can dedicate an entire stream to L6 shopping. We all bring our favorite flavor of Pepsi, and we just sit around and
Good day.
chat. And yeah, we'll put on more fast around walk boots. Maybe even, yeah, we can bring out the stealth armor for even more faster run walk. I hope I've saved the stealth.
Greetings.
But even if I didn't, it's not that expensive to make another one.
Good day.
Oh, people are botting for those claws. Well, yeah, it's not like I'm not going until I find +6/+6. I would settle for even for +3 each. Like I would buy a +3 martial arts claw and then hope for something better. But like right now I only have +3 total, so even 2 +3 claws. But you're making a good point though, and maybe I haven't really
Hi there.
stated this clearly, but I do not expect to find 2 sets of +6 Dragon Tail claws. Because that is, as you say, it's simply too rare. Alright, last L6 check, then we'll gamble and continue this grind another time. Alright, so let's gamble Wormhide boots instead. I'm feeling lucky. I'm also feeling very thirsty, so I'm gonna go and grab a Pepsi. Just gonna find the boots. Oh, there they were. I'm gonna find them again. Here they are. Oh, 19k. That's not bad at all. With Wormhide boots of luck. Boots of luck. Demonite boots of spear. Exceptional on the second try. Oh, I didn't realize that I forgot to mute myself. Sorry for the burp, or you're welcome, depending on how you look at it. And now I didn't mute myself again. My muting game is off today. Alright, let's get lucky. More Demonhide boots. Though I'm not sure exactly what the chances are, but finding Demonhide boots is a lot more common than... like upgrading to Exceptional is a lot more common than Elite. 20 indestructible boots, 26 gold. What a disgrace. Those are kind of sick. Fire Res, Magic Find. Boots of Skill, not to be confused with the Book of Skill. I'm so extremely afraid of accidentally selling a pair of Wormhides, so I'm like, I'm releasing my left hand from control between every gamble. Oh, those are some nice exceptionals. But of course, like they have like half of the damage of my other exceptionals, so we're not gonna switch, but you know, run speed. I guess only 7 fire resist, but also magic find. And also godly boots, I guess. That's kind of funny. More rare boots. More rare exceptional boots. The game is teasing me. Boots of speed. Nice and simple. You dirty Pepsi shill. Coke all the way. Jeremiah, you are asking for a ban. I'm just kidding. Well, whoever said that it takes forever to gamble boots like this, they were right. But most of it comes from me not selling very quickly because I'm so afraid of selling the boots we're looking for. So also, I thought that when doing this, I would, you know, have time to read the chat and, you know, hang out, chill for a bit. But I'm so scared of accidentally selling Wormhides that I haven't read the chat at all. And by the way, this is so rare. Lightning damage on boots. I remember the first time I found these in, or this stat in a video. in Resurrected, or actually at least the first time I took note of it. It's so strange because lightning damage, like damage on boots, like adds 1 to 20 lightning damage. It's quite a rare stat and also a high level stat, and it's not even very good, but it's just funky. As someone who played so much Diablo 2, seeing lightning damage on a pair of rare boots is so odd. By the way, I just realized that I'm basing spending this million gold based on what Adequate said in chat. I didn't fact check him at all, and I don't think he's lying to me. But I just realized that I'm gambling for the elite pair without confirming that I can actually get them. Though I trust them. It's just a funny thought that occurred to me that you could have absolutely trolled me, and I would have fallen for it. Kind of try-res boots, but not really. Well, we are down to our last gamble, ladies and gents. Oh, we didn't get there. Not this time. But of course, we are expected to spend more than a million. We should grind. Yeah, we should grind more. Yeah, that's true. It's like sometimes you, or I shouldn't generalize. Sometimes I make suboptimal decisions to make a more entertaining stream, right?
Greetings.
So even though I understood clearly that it would have been better to wait with the gambling until 60, it was fun for me to break it up and do a little bit of gambling now. When we hit 1 million. Oh, I have more gold. Oh, I have 67.5k in the stash. More gambling. Oh, thank you, Esdo Music, for pointing that out. If we get it now, oh boy, then we're gonna... That would be so crazy, after realizing I had a little bit more in the stash. Good eye on you on catching that. Demonite boots. Alright, we have at least 3 more. Maybe 4 more, depending on what we sell them for. Alright, last gamble, unless they can sell for a lot. Wormhide boots of wealth. Sturdy boots of luck. 35, that is the max you can get on the off luck affix. So any other character would have worn these. any other character of mine. Is farming cows in normal on players 8 a good idea? It depends on what you're looking for. I don't think I'm looking for anything that I really want to grind the cows for. 19,000 for blue 4 defense boots. Yeah, L6 is out there scamming people as usual. Or actually, I was thinking about Geed, but I guess L6 is Geed's brother from another mother in that regard. Ooh. That is one cold Pepsi. Selling you boots for 19k and buying them back for like 50. Yeah. To be fair, he also buys like... he buys like a wand or with like... +3 to...
I need mana.
Raise skeleton mage and +2 to iron golem for like 30k, so I don't think he's that good of a businessman really, but he definitely fleeced me in that microtransaction. Should buy some lightning potions. Imagine if we had lightning resist potions in this game.
I need mana.
By the way, goblins, I think I have done a fair amount of asking questions or like bringing on topics for discussion, and then I haven't read the chat after talking, and that's the reason why. Because as soon as I lose focus thinking of something else, I die. But was there anyone who had an interesting idea for like a big Diablo project that is not the Grail? Like something we can do similar to this, but maybe something else that we can do for like 5 months, and like ideally it would also work like on a YouTube video, releasing them like episodes, so I don't, you know, not post for half a year, but something that can have like short like mini sessions doing something interesting. Like for example, if I were to go for level 99, you can have like playing through the game, farming some starter gear, gearing up for the Ubers, doing the Ubers, target farming something specific in lower cost, etc, etc. How much loot would a loot goblin gobble if a loot goblin could loot? Ooh, asking hard-hitting questions here. Thank you. With the good luck with grinding and shopping. I have an... Oh, you said interesting, Sedge. Yeah. Kill every kind of minion. Well, there is something interesting to do, like do something with every minion in the game. There is something there. Something interesting to be made, to be done. I think. One of each rune word. Holy crap. That is so degenerate, but I also love it. It's like not as bad as, you know, doing the Grail, I guess, but also you're gonna make, you know, you're like gonna farm 3 jar runes in single player and make 1 rune word. I kind of like that idea actually, even though it's ridiculous. Well, I guess if something is ridiculous, it makes for good content. So I guess that's, you know, it's not strange that a fun idea is ridiculous. Right, and you can already see that I'm almost dying as soon as I'm thinking about other things. You can finish the Grail in about a month by just farming TC Andy. Oh yeah, I saw Mr. Llama's video. He found the entire Grail in 60 hours or something. Absolutely crazy. I mean, I knew that terrorized Andariel was crazy, but I didn't know she was that crazy. Absolutely spectacular and or ridiculous. So that would have been a great idea, but I don't think, you know, being the second person to do it is as fun, especially since I won't be able to do it faster than Mr. Llama for sure. I'm actually going to buy a few more potions. I hope I can afford a few potions now that I gambled all the gold away.
Good to see you.
Grail through gambling. Oh boy. I don't understand the question. Please elaborate. My question. Well, okay. Consider like a long-term project that you can do, that I can do over several videos and streams, of course. that is like a long-term Diablo 2 project that is not the Holy Grail, because I don't really feel like doing that.
Hello.
So something like, yeah, making every rune word from scratch, which is kind of like the Grail, but in my opinion at least, it is better because you can, you know, target farming for runes is better than target farming for uniques. Can you beat the game with a rune word Iron Golem? I mean, that's a good idea, but it's also, to me, that is a one video challenge. Only kill elites and bosses, not a single minion. Oh, that's interesting. That's kind of an interesting idea. 1 to Ubers. I guess I could probably stretch a 1 to Ubers project out over time. Or I'm saying stretch, but not artificially. But I'm sure I could come up with some parameters that would require one. Because, you know, people speedrun 1 to Ubers. And I can't do that, and I also wouldn't do it like that. Because that's not how I, you know, play the game or make content, you know?
I can't carry anymore.
Alright, hold that thought. Gonna try and kill some monsters. Without getting killed first.
I am overburdened.
Ooh. How about a run where you try to become as tanky as possible using stuff like soul runes, etc.? Well, I think you might like my next video, and that's all I'm gonna say about it. It's not exactly that, but it is similar.
I can't carry anymore.
So here's an idea that I had on that topic. Like, make the level 1 to 99 grind, but with some sort of challenge character. Man, that's an abysmal super chest to drop. But I think the problem, similar to the problem with doing the Grail, that eventually you'll just farm terror zones over and over. It's similar with a 1 to 99 grind, right? At some point you'll farm terror zones over and over with no real goal. And maybe that is also true if you were to do the make every rune word thing. But at least, you know, without having done any research, it feels to me that you can strategize a bit more when farming for runes, right? But maybe that's not true at all. Maybe you will end up doing the same area over and over anyway.
I am overburdened.
A cask, is that a rock stopper? No rock stopper, or is it? Oh, steel skull, of course. Great helm. Dual leech, lots of magic find. Well, the magic find roll is variable, and this is quite high, I think. And attack speed. Super cool helm. But maybe not so much for this character. If you do the rune word challenge, make sure to put each rune word in the most unfitting base possible. Oh, for sure. I love that. If I did that challenge, there would definitely be some trolling. Like making very high-end rune words in absolutely trash bases. Like, I still get comments about, you know, in some video I sold a Sir rune that I found. And people are disgusted with that. So imagine making, like, I don't know, grief in a crystal sword or something. YouTuber kills viewers with incorrect use of rune words. Maybe that's what will get me cancelled in the end. Making faith in a like longbow. Oh boy. Make stealth in ancient armor. Yeah, that is actually really funny. Yeah, making stealth in an armor with a base, like base movement speed penalty. Pacifist run where monster would have to kill themselves by hitting you. And that's an interesting one, and I want to get around to do that eventually. The reason I haven't done that yet is because, you know, people have already done it, which, you know, as far as I'm concerned, doesn't really matter when talking about Diablo runs, because each run is different. But it's also like people speedrun that category, so I think I would like to find some, how to say, interesting spin on it. Because the most fun I have in my own, like the most fun I have when I play my challenges is figuring out what to do. And something like that, you know, pacifist run, you know, only retaliation damage, or how you want to say it. It would be so easy to just look up what strategies they use for the speedrun. And I have already seen a few speedruns of it, so it's not, I can't, you know, not watch it, because I already know what they do. How they do it. Ooh. Gotta be careful in here. I'm not grounded. Pacifist run, non-pally. Yeah, I guess you could do it like that. You know what? You wanna know something funny? I think it was a year ago, or maybe more, maybe slightly less, but about a year ago. I made a video where I used every single... Well, I killed Mephisto with every single sorcerer spell. Well, any sorcerer spell that can damage him. Including some fun highlights like killing Mephisto with the telekinesis, which actually didn't take as long as my Mephisto fight in the wheel spin challenge, because I guess I had a very kitted out sorceress. But I was kind of surprised with how strong chilling armor is for killing monsters. You know, the cold shield, or like the sorcerer's cold shield that shoots an ice bolt at enemies. It is of course not as good as Blizzard or Frozen Orb or anything, but I was surprised with how much damage that was actually able to deal to enemies. Well, that's like all the progress I made over the last half an hour or so, no, but maybe 15 minutes.
Greetings.
But after I said, please answer my question, I promise to read what you're saying. I couldn't ignore you in good faith. No farming, you have to progress and keep adding restrictions, but you don't get to farm. I mean, non-farming, not allowing me to farm is definitely adding some challenge, but it also removes one of the most fun parts of the game for me. Like I think that it's fun to run into a problem and then you have to figure a way, like, overcome that challenge with something that is not, you know, just, you know, get better, like play better. But it would be challenging for sure. Playing D2 until PC sets on fire. Well, that's gonna take some time because Diablo 2 is not a very demanding game, I think. 1 item per monster and merchant. If you kill a monster, you are allowed to take only 1 item. Is there a way of doing a challenge with 0 physical damage but still having to use a weapon? Unfortunately not. Because even if you have a level 1 character with no weapon equipped, still deals 1 to 2 physical damage. Like your hand has something like that, right? So even if you, I think you could in theory mod, like make a modded item that deals 0 to 0 damage. I haven't tried it, but I think you can do that with an hero editor. But you would still deal your like base damage. Maybe you can mod that out as well. I'm not sure actually. Oof. I'm dying over here. I guess I am on players 3, but still.
I need mana.
Like every enemy is a death potential, has the potential to absolutely ruin me.
I need mana.
Intense. Watch out, Zarfen, there are monsters all over the place. Thank you for the heads up. I wish I would have known. 17 to energy. I guess I can throw away some belt right now. Like this one is bad compared to this one. It has the potion slots, but then I would rather use this because it doesn't have attacker takes damage. How much damage are you dealing now? I don't think I've upgraded myself that much, unfortunately. So what did we get done today, really? we found a better belt, a significant upgrade, actually. I think, as far as belts go, it's not like adding another skill, but I think right now this is the best belt we could have, except, you know, one higher strength. I think Belt of the Titan is the most stats we can get out of a belt. Of course, we could get a rare with strength and dexterity, but this is a good upgrade. Yeah, oh, we farmed amethysts for the Spirit Forge, so now we have a decent armor. So right now this is both our best, you know, farming armor and our best one-shot armor. I am pretty sure, though we should really do some testing. Someone was mentioning that in chat before. We should test how one skill matches up against 35 strength. Perhaps like, can it run Doom? You can make D2R run on a microwave. Yeah, I've seen those videos where you run Doom on really strange devices, but I think you need to be a bit of a tech wizard. Iron Golem only run. I love that idea. But then I saw some footage from another Golem challenge run and it was like, oh. Co-op challenge. You are another player's mercenary. They decide what items you wear. Must follow them around at all times. That could actually be really funny if I did it with someone who doesn't play the game. Like if my wife played and I was her mercenary. But I think it would be tough to set up. Time for weekly Swedish family man IKEA visit. Oh, 35 strength is better. I've tested the armor you're wearing. All right. Well, that's good news. But I also think it depends on the rest of your stats, right? Like, if you have no strength, 35 strength adds a lot. But if you have, like, 400 strength, 35 strength... I mean, it's gonna be different for different characters. Do you think you'll actually get past Duriel this run? Yes, I do. I'm not 100% certain, but I think so. What about 35 strength versus 2 skills? Yeah, that's a tough one. I have no idea. Oh, could you try Duriel once with all your best gear at the moment? Yeah, we can try. I actually have to cut the stream a bit short today, but I did say that I would do that, so let's try and make it happen. Oh, I was on players 8. No wonder the game was so hard. I was on players 8 before. Not players 3. No, it's not so odd that I died over and over now. Well, that actually makes me feel a little bit better. Because I really felt like I died a lot and was like getting almost one-tapped by random skeletons. So I meant to do players 3 for that, the last like half an hour of grinding, but apparently I was doing players 8. So here's the thing, we know for certain that I can't one-shot Duriel right now, because I haven't had enough, you know, significant upgrades. But we can give it a try. And, you know, if we're gonna, you know, put on our best gear and see where our max damage is, it is of course more fun if we actually kick Duriel with it. That answer was regarding some comments saying I should do it at least twice in case I get unlucky. But I mean, we can absolutely tell from my character screen that I am still far away. But it'll be interesting to see. Actually, if we're gonna do that, I really need to check that I have a skill shrine first. Would a charged items only be possible? I actually don't know. Because the problem with charges is that the amount of spells you have goes up, and you know, it's kind of low, but I think, you know, that could be fine. But except for some uniques and rune words, the level of the spells on charged items is just so low. I think it's too low. How about a no skills playthrough? That is on my list of ideas. Though it sounds pretty painful. Well, it depends, I guess. If you would you do it no, like if I do it like, okay, let me calm down so I can speak. Would I do it no skill points, like a clean skill tree, or would I make it no skills at all? And the distinction is, of course, would I be allowed to use skills if the skills was provided from my gear? And I think the run becomes more interesting if you allow yourself to use skills that is provided solely from your gear, because then it, you know, that really is in line with, you know, a gear focused, like gear only challenge. But I also think that that makes it much, much, much easier, because something like, let's say you play the paladin, and even if you get just, you know, a few levels into fanaticism and maybe into seal, that is gonna make such a big difference compared to normal attack and no aura. Yeah, that's why I think too it's more fun to watch, because if I do it without using skills at all, it's just gonna be normal attack and nothing on the other. There's just so few decisions to make. Then it only becomes a skill challenge, which could be fun for a stream, but it's hard to make a video about, you know, something where nothing really happens. Like if I were to fight this enemy, like hit and run, and then do this for like 5 minutes for every strong enemy, it's hard to make an interesting video about that, even though it is absolutely harder. I just talked about skill charges. I think the levels on the spells, and to some extent the amount of charges, is too limiting. Like even at the very end game, you're gonna see like plus, like 60 charges of level 4 fireball. Proc only gear. Oh, now that's interesting. Yeah, you could do it like that. You allow items that have skill effects, but you don't allow yourself to like have a scepter with +3 to holy fire and put holy fire here. And that's kind of interesting. I like it. Don't play paladin then. Well, no. If you're gonna be like that, right? Fine. Sorry. I guess that is a solution as well, because the problem I'm describing mostly matters for the paladin, because he has so many good level 1 skills. Aura damage only. That's kind of a fun one, just standing around waiting for the damage to tick everyone down. Though I think that would actually be super difficult in Hell, because, you know, it's gonna be tough to fight monster regen. Like, you're gonna deal fine damage, but then you encounter a resistant strong elite in Hell, and they're just gonna out-regen your damage, and if you're only using aura damage, you will of course not be able to... I'm having a brain fart. You will of course not be able to... Well, you guys fill in the rest. I'm having a stroke. No, not really, I'm fine. Just FYI. But I'm completely bricking on what I wanted to say. And it's so bad. It's not just that I forgot what I was going to say. I forgot what we're talking about. Holy crap. My brain is fried today. I guess that's what happens when you take 1 week off of streaming and then come back and try to speak for like 4 hours straight. And now I'm not reading what you're probably telling me what I was talking about, but now I need to look at the screen because I'm trying to run past everything to get to the tomb. Alright, good map anyway, so it looks like we'll make it without too much trouble. I'm actually gonna go into Duriel because there were so many enemies up there. Alzheimer's kicks in, having a senior moment. Oh boy, I got a haircut this weekend and I noticed how my gray hairs are multiplying. It's kind of unsettling actually. Alright, let's go for our stat charms and make an honest all-out attempt. Right, now I need to focus because I haven't worn good gear in a while, so I need to like look at what they all do. 9 to dexterity, 9 to strength. I think we came to the conclusion that 9 dexterity was better than 6 strength, right? I think so. Then we need our new beautiful 19 strength belt. We need our beautiful +2 martial arts, 5 dex gloves. Those are good. This is good. Actually, I would really like to try Spirit Shroud versus Spirit Forge, but it's hard to try because I also need to fill up my inventory with all the stat charms. And of course we need oh, actually I need the cube, right? Because I need to drop something off. Oh yeah. This is how I do it. I can't even remember how I'm doing it because I need Hexfire and the ward for the strength bonus. And then I need Spirit for charging up Tiger Strike. And then I think we can just fill up with... Maybe we don't actually have enough to fill out. Yeah, we should have enough to fill out at least. Alright, so we finally have more than enough stat charms, but some of them are pretty stinky. Like 3 strength large grand charm. Pretty bad. I guess 13 life can go for 1 more strength charm. 1 more dex charm, I guess, because I didn't have another strength charm. Alright, so this looks good. So now I will just like, let's take a quick look so I'm not using anything weird. Well, I'm certainly using weird things, but you know what I'm like, I'm not using anything that's wrong. Alright, so I need to remember that I can't open a TP now. So, skill shrine, cast that, cast that. Let's look at our damage. 35 max, is that all after all this work? Ooh, okay, I'm doing something potentially stupid, because maybe we need some of those points in dexterity, but 37k max, that's respectable. So, attacking, and then running. I need to hurry, 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 hurry. And while running... Oh, shoot. Oh, actually, it's fine. Ah, man, I'm not gonna have time to kick. Or actually, it's probably fine. No, my charges ran out. Okay, I think I have time for one more. No, I don't have any town portals. What a disaster. All right. Well, remove the cube for 4 extra slots. Well, you can see why I need the cube, because I need to stash my spirit sword.
Good day.
Blessings to you.
Greetings.
And in the heat of the moment, I put all my stats into strength, but I think I need some dexterity. Ending the stream on a high note, yeah, exactly. So we did end up... let's just put a note here. And I mean, 37k is a significant difference because compared to what we had before. But also, it's not really close to what we need, right? I think we need somewhere akin to 60k max damage after resistances. But you know, so the final kick didn't deliver. But of course, we know that that is not enough. Did I leave 2 uniques on the floor next to my stash? No. Are you trolling me? I think you're trolling me. Did I leave? I know I left a pair of rare gloves on the ground, but that was my intention. Can you use the curse wand on Duriel? Yes. I was using low resist. I would never. Alright. Oh, blade buckle. Alright, fine. You got me, H2. New boots will change a lot. Yes, I think that the boots are definitely what I need. So new boots. I mean, 2 more levels is gonna be 10 more stats. Well, we are at 400 strength. That is kind of funny. At level 58. But I mean, boots are gonna be a big difference, and we have 1 more martial arts to get here. We have 2 more to get here, but it's super expensive to gamble amulets. We could of course go for the claws. We could upgrade this. So there are upgrades to be made, but I think the best one we can do right now is better boots, for sure. So I think that is what we should focus on first. But for now, I really need to run. Thanks for hanging out today. Let's say it like this. Let's hope we'll see each other on Friday, but no promises. No, I think we'll do it. Oh, actually, sorry, I missed a bunch of... I missed 1 super chat from God's Sinner. Dumb idea, only using basic attacks with items like on attack, cost, or hit. Cost type things. Like, yeah, procs. Yeah, that's an interesting run. You can make some cool stuff with that. But most of them come from rune words or uniques, which are hard to get. But it's an interesting run. But thank you for the super chat. And also thank you to Romulysis for the Prime sub. Sorry, I'm so sorry for not catching that earlier. Anyway, thank you so much for hanging out today. It was lots of fun, even though we didn't make as much progress as I would have hoped, of course, but you know, still some progress. All right, see you next time. Have a great weekend. Have a great week. It's time I end this stream. See you guys.